This is the second round of comparing Elixir and Go. I received a pull request from the creator of Elixir, and I thought I would share some of the improvements he made. He also said it's fine to compare these two languages in Kubernetes. I just need to dedicate entire VM to the application, which I did using tolerations and affinity. So in the first test, we just return hard-coded objects to the clients and measure latency using P90 percentile. We measure throughput by looking at the requests per second metric along with CPU usage for each application, memory usage, availability or error rate, and CPU throttling, since we'll deploy both apps to a production-ready Kubernetes cluster on AWS. This pull request has made some improvements, and I suggest you compare it with the previous benchmark as well. The second test simulates a real-world use case. When application receives a POST request, it parses the request body, inserts the record into a relational database, and returns database-generated ID to the client. In addition to other metrics, we'll measure latency for database operations by internally instrumenting each application using Prometheus clients. We'll also measure CPU usage of the standalone database with a node exporter and the pool size created by each application using Postgres Prometheus exporter. I run all my benchmarks on AWS. For this test, I used storage-optimized Graviton 2 extra large instance for the database, which I think I might need to upgrade for the future videos. I also created EKS cluster with 2 instance groups, compute-optimized nodes for Prometheus, Grafana, and clients to generate load, and M7A large instances for the applications, and each app is deployed on its own EC2 instance. AWS is not cheap, and to support my channel, I'd like to offer one-on-one sessions. You can find more information in the video description. Alright, let's go ahead and run the first test. The entire test took around 1.5 hours, but I'll compress it down just to 1.5 minutes. You can also find the source code in the video description. Let me open each graph for the entire test duration. First, we have requests per second metric. Elixir reached around 20,000 requests per second, which is 2,000 more than in the previous benchmark. So we have some improvement in performance here. Go, on the other hand, reached as expected around 60,000 requests per second. Next, we have latency measured from the client side. If you compare with the previous benchmark, you'll notice slightly lower latency, and lower is of course better, but it's still far from the Go application's performance. Next, we have CPU usage. The more CPU application uses, the lower its throughput will be and the higher its latency, which is not surprising. It's not as efficient as Go, at least for the workload I run to test. Then we have availability graph. The more timeouts or errors returned to the clients, the bigger the drop in availability. This graph just measures the number of errors per second. The lower the number, the more errors there are. Next, we have memory usage. As expected, before Go fails, it always increases memory usage. And finally, we have CPU throttling. Elixir is throttled more simply because it reached full CPU usage much earlier than Go application. So those would be the results for the first static test, which we can use as a baseline. Alright, time for the second test. Same thing, I'll compress it to 1.5 minutes. First, we have requests per second. This time, there is no significant improvement compared to the previous benchmark. I would even say we have slight degradation, but Go reached exactly the same 22,000 requests per second in both tests. Next, we have post-request latency. Compared to the previous benchmark, Elixir actually did slightly better with lower latency, but it's still far from the Go application. Next, we have insert latency, and as you can see, most of the latency in the request comes from the database operation, which is expected. But I followed recommendations and created 4 database pools with 125 connections each. Next is CPU usage. Nothing surprising here. I may need to do in the future is increase the pool size to reach full CPU utilization. Most of the time, the database pool size and network I/O become bottlenecks. The more connections application can use, the more throughput you get. But of course, you need to closely monitor database itself to ensure it doesn't become a bottleneck. Next, we have availability. I increased timeout to 5 seconds for the second test, which is why you don't see any errors. Then we have Postgres database CPU usage. In the previous test, I used AMD-based processor, and in this case, a Graviton 4th generation. Next, we have connection pool size. The Elixir app, when it starts, creates all 500 connections immediately, but Go slowly increases it based on the load. I think I'll need to increase it to 1000 for future tests. By the way, Amazon RDS by default has 5000 connection limit, so I should be fine. And finally, we have memory usage. If you can improve any of the applications, please send me a pull request, and I always admit my mistakes and rerun the tests if it makes sense. I have other benchmarks on my channel like Go versus Rust and Zig and other infrastructure components like Nginx. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.